All right, guys, this week we are going to be talking about facing dragons, both literally and figuratively. So, all stories have a problem that the main character or the protagonist has to solve. In fantasy and complex novels, we sometimes find that the problem they are facing or the quest they are taking results in fighting a dragon. Sometimes those dragons are just dealing with internal dragons and not literal dragons at all. So, what that means is sometimes the dragons that they are facing aren't actual monsters or actual dragons like you're picturing. They are internal problems that maybe even you and I face. So, remember, just to review, a plot is a series of events that make up a story. So, we have the beginning of our story, the main problem that's introduced, and then we usually have a couple more problems along the way. And then we'll hit our climax of the story, and that is then when we get down to our end resolution. Now, we this week we're going to be focusing on the dragon in the story. So in this case, our picture here, it says, I'm a real dragon, and I can change the story for the characters. So, this is a picture of a real dragon. We are not always going to be talking about real dragons entering stories. So, let's talk about facing dragons. You want to consider the dragon's character's face. Okay, so here we've got Elizabeth. One of her dragons is her love for Ronald. Over on the right side, you have a Paul, so that's another character. And one of the dragons he faces is the loss of her. I'm sorry. One of the dragons she faces is the loss of her mother. Both of those problems are not actual literal dragons, they're just internal battles that these characters are facing. We all face dragons. They aren't always the big stuffed plush kind either. Internal dragons are the conflicts we have inside of us that impact the actions we take in life. For characters, internal dragons impact their actions and sometimes how they solve their problems. These characters are facing some internal dragons that no one else can see. Internal dragons are often the fears that we face or the results of great loss or trauma. So here are some examples. I don't think I'll ever be as evil as Darth Vader. We don't see that issue, but that might be something that he is internally facing. I'm still sad over the loss of my dad. He was the cowboy I knew best. Or the best cowboy I knew. I'm sorry, guys. Again, an internal dragon they're facing that we won't see on the outside. Our third example, I'm not as strong as others think I am. I'm always so afraid of everything. An internal dragon, maybe some of us have faced before personally. And our last example, I'm the smallest one here. Why do I always have to be so little? Again, an internal problem that character is facing that we might not see. Internal dragons are those deep, dark secrets that impact everything we do. Characters who are good and evil both have them. So here we've got Harry Potter and Voldemort. As most of you probably know, Harry Potter is good, Voldemort is evil, but both of them are facing internal dragons. Harry Potter throughout the entire series is still sad because his parents died. Now, Voldemort struggles the entire series. Even though he's an evil Dark Lord, he struggles with the fact that he was defeated by a baby, an internal dragon that he faces. Now, I've never seen Star Wars, but these two characters also face internal dragons. We've got the loss of the love of his life, and now hatred fills his heart. And then over on the right, I believe his name's Luke Skywalker, right? He never knew his mom or his dad, and he's devastated by that. Here we've got It's Not Easy Being Green, an internal struggle, even from somebody as strong as the Hulk here. And another internal struggle, I always fight like a big guy, even though I started as the little guy. So we're going to talk about the lizard's quest tomorrow. But today, I want you guys to focus on Poppy's internal dragons she's facing. Come see me at 1 o'clock tomorrow if you have any questions.